One of the things that troubles me is our inability to mind our own goddamn business. I don't think it's any of my business what somebody else's sexuality is. I really don't. I don't think it's any of my business what is in somebody else's underpants. I actually don't, and I don't think I ever did. But I'm well aware that there's all over the world. It's not just something in the USA. Which is now gone crazy over something called diversity, equity, and inclusion, which I briefly benefited from in the 1970s. It was a brief moment somewhere between 1970 and 1979. They gave women a break. But then Reagan was elected, and it was like, hey, bye-bye, so long, sweetheart, good luck, It's been that way pretty much ever since. I mean, I'm not going to go there. But this thing about diversity, equity, and inclusion, with removing words from libraries. This is bizarre because I grew up in a time where there were no words for things, and that was the 1950s. There were words, but they were never spoken. So you can define something, and here's what happened to me one day. I was about 16 years old, and I was down in the East Village where I shouldn't have been after dark, having been to a party or someplace I shouldn't have been, and I'm walking home. I'm walking to get to the subway to get home because we lived on the Upper West Side, and I am being trailed. I realized by a car with Jersey plates. The Jersey boys were really famous for harassing women on below 14th Street because we were supposed to be easy, and he would like me to perform a sex act on him. He was very very explicit about that, and I was like hurrying. Where's the subway? I got to get there. And ahead of me, I see two very neat and clean looking guys. And I hurry up to them and I say, oh, can I walk with you, please? This guy's like, kind of, and they look at the guy and they look at me, sure, come on along. And we walk a few steps and one of the guys said to me, how do you know you're safe with me? How do you know you're safe with us? And I was speechless because there were no words for me to say because I knew you're gay. I didn't know they were gay. I just knew that they were not, at some instinctive level, they weren't sexually interested in women. And I knew I was safe there. And at that time, by the way, Christine Jorgensen had set the world agog because Christine used to be a man and had a sex change in the 1950s. And Liberace was the most popular entertainer there was. And my mother couldn't wait to see that. What a good boy he was. There were no words. Nobody said he's gay. There were no words to define things. So that when I was in a situation where I couldn't say what the situation was because I didn't have a word for it. We need words. We need definitions. We don't have to be it. We need it just to be able to speak it. Please. Okay? Let's mind our own business.